You belong on every ground your feet grace, so don't ever feel out of place. Take up space and belong. This earth is your birthplace. On episode 6 of Love is Blind, it starts off with Meg and Mason still talking. And she basically tells him that she'll never get past what he did and that it's unfortunate that she isn't able to differentiate whether he liked her more or if he liked Madison more because that decision was taken away from her with the things that was going on between him and Madison coming back and talking to her about it, and the fact that he didn't give her anything to go off of, so the only thing she could do was believe Madison, that he pretty much took away her experience. She isn't able to determine whether he actually liked her or whether he liked Madison. And who knows if Madison wouldn't have broken up with him, then who knows whether he was going to pick her or not. And I feel like she's valid in how she feels, but I also feel like she should have given it a try just because Madison manipulated that situation. But at the same time, I could put myself in her shoes and it was a weird position to be in. So I understood why she didn't. He apologizes to her, and she tells him not to because this is Love is Blind. This is what we signed up for. This is what happens. I don't think you should be sorry about how you felt and whatever. It's just we weren't able to see if there was anything between us. And I actually respected her for being understanding toward him and not treating him like Madison was treating him. Madison was treating him like it should have been all her or nothing else, even when she knew she wasn't going to return those feelings. If he did say that he wanted her, she was going to choose Alex. Yet she still wanted him to tell her that it was only her for him. That's selfish and it's very manipulative. So it goes to Daniel and Taylor in the pods together, and Daniel ends up proposing to Taylor. Um of course she accepts the proposal, but after I saw like what happened, I don't know if she actually liked him. Taylor just seemed very out of it to me the whole time. Like she wasn't really in it. Her head wasn't in it. She came off a little depressed to me. I don't know, like she was disassociating most of the time that they were talking, but she didn't seem in it like he was. So Dave and Lauren finally meet. He actually calls her beautiful after all of these times of telling her that she can't be beautiful because she's in her 30s. He calls her beautiful. I was like, okay, I believe that he actually did believe that she was beautiful. I just wish he didn't go into the situation being a jerk. I wish he didn't go into the situation like saying whatever the first thing that came to his mind, trying to be funny and trying to be different and trying to have a moment on TV because that's what he was doing. But at the same time, the fact that you would do that shows your character. But I digress. Their meeting, it was cute. They seemed to really like each other, whatever. So Devin proposes to Virginia, and I kind of feel like Devin had the best proposal. He put more thought into it. He put more effort into it. The fact that he said more than just Virginia, will you marry me? Like he did a little speech. And to me, it was really good. He actually did it. It was moving, it was romantic. Man, I feel like he was the only guy who really made me feel like, okay, he seems like he really want to marry her type of thing. Everybody else was just, will you marry me? It was boring. Um, so Alex and Madison goes into the pods. Alex asks Madison how like, so they're the two of them are talking about like relationship. At this point, everybody has gotten proposed to, everybody has gotten engaged, and Alex is still dragging his feet. Now, after everything that I've heard about Alex on the internet, Madison dodged a bullet, and I was going to skip um the two of them in my review, but because of the way that things went, I'm going to go ahead and give my thoughts on what happened. I definitely feel like if you know you wanted to know like the behind the scenes stuff about what was going on with Alex, you can watch Jessie Wu and I think Storytime with Ricky, if I'm not mistaken, is her name. They had receipts and stuff to go with like the PDF file allegations. I don't really do like the behind the scenes. I don't do tea. I don't do behind the scenes like what is going on with these people in Love's Blind. I look at the show and I just talk about what I thought about what happened on the show. Whatever life that they got outside of the show, I care nothing about. Now, it definitely is worth mentioning that he was accused of being a pedophile. I saw the videos and a lot of the things that they show were believable, but at the same time, he's innocent until proven guilty, and that's not my arena of reviewing. So yeah. But so basically, like they're talking in the pods, and like he asked her, how does he know if she won't leave him? And Madison is basically telling him, like, you don't. The only thing you can do is trust me, trust that I'm willing to work on this relationship with you. But that wasn't enough for Alex to move forward with her. He says that then he ends up talking about the thing that happened between her and Mason, and he tells her that he understands Mason's perspective, and it really makes Madison upset. She literally is telling him that it upsets me that you are defending somebody who hurt me. She kept telling him this. He kept talking about the thing that happened between her and Mason. And do I feel like it really bothered Alex how she handled that situation? Yes. But at the same time, he should have been listening to what she was saying, because you can't be bombarding her with these perspectives, and you see these different perspectives and why she shouldn't, why Mason, she should feel bad for what happened between her and Mason, because I feel like that's really what he wanted her to feel bad. And after everything that I learned about Alex from the allegations, I understand why he moved away. He has an issue. He has a weird relationship with women. They were talking about how a lot of the things that he told her was a lie, and I could see that as well. He comes across like the guys who got picked on. He comes across as like, even though this wasn't his life, he told her he got bullied, but there was proof that he didn't and that he actually was very popular in school. He seems psychopathic, sociopathic, actually. So he seems like a sociopath. He seems like he uses all of his social experiences with people to manipulate them. Him and Madison were very alike in a lot of ways, but he had this like good guy persona to hide behind. And Madison was just forward with her, this is how I am. I'm gonna tell the truth, whatever. She was forward with hers, but he hid his. But you could tell that Madison makes him anxious because she has avoidant personality trait. And a lot of the times people are afraid of people with avoidant personality trait, especially people with anxious attachment style, because people with anxious attachment style will instigate things, and then they will blame you for why they are anxious. They will, like he did in this situation where he kept repeatedly telling her Mason was hurt. I understand his perspective. I don't think he was trying to defending him, while she's telling him what he did hurt me, what he said hurt me. He wasn't hearing none of that. But then when she stopped talking, he like, Are you shutting down on me? She literally was trying to tell you that the things that you were saying were hurting her feelings. You didn't want to hear it. Do not try to make it seem like he's using her attachment style against her in this situation, trying to make it seem like, oh, you're trying to avoid a conversation with me or whatever. She tells him she don't want to talk about it, and then he's like, well, what do you want to talk about? And then he tries to bring up like a topic, a random topic, and she like, I don't even, you just killed the mood. I don't even want to talk about that. And then he brings up the thing that happened with Mason again. It seemed like he was trying to antagonize her. Do I feel like Madison is messy and that she's manipulative? Yes. But two things can be true at the same time. He was antagonizing her and she's messy and manipulative. They both are manipulative. However, at the end of that exchange that they had was so cringy. It was so hard to watch him beat her up for something she was already in a bad mood for. She came into that situation with him hoping to lift that he was going to lift her spirits, hoping that he was coming into the pods to propose to her and they were going to move forward with their relationship. He never planned to move forward. As soon as Madison said that she had avoidant attachment style, he was turned off. Men like Alex don't want women. They don't want women with avoidant or secure attachment styles because then you can't manipulate me. If you're avoidant, that means you're not even going to give the person the energy when they're trying to come at you. Either you're going to ghost them or you're not giving them your energy. And people like Alex who uses emotions, who weaponize women's emotions and their trauma and their pain against them, don't like women like that. Because I can't affect you for real. And even if I do affect you, I won't know that I'm affecting you because you ain't gonna say it to me. And I don't like that. I need you to be affected by what I'm trying to do. That's the vibe I got from him. So when he says that he didn't feel like they could move forward, she dodged a bullet. Because if that wouldn't have happened and they would have moved forward, then she would have had to deal with everything that was happening outside of the show involving him. And I don't care what type of person, even whether it was a man or woman, in a situation like that, she dodged a bullet. She dodged a bullet, and good that he broke up with her. But he knew from the moment she said that she had avoidant attachment style and that she tends to shut down, and also that she self-soothes. She doesn't look outside of herself to fix her issues, but she looks within herself. That was red flags to him because I don't need you over there fixing yourself. I need you to trust that I can help you fix you so that way I can actually harm you. But if you rely on yourself to get through things, I can't touch you. Even though being avoidant is very unhealthy, to people with anxious attachment style, that shows a type of resistance that they don't like. It makes them nervous. It makes them anxious because they want you to be anxious like them. They want you to be all over the place like them. They want you to go through all of these emotions that they try to take you through or whatever. Do I feel like a lot of people with anxious attachment style, a lot of times, do they recognize that or do they weaponize it? No. I feel like sometimes people just be anxious because they don't have that trust within themselves. It's not necessarily about them having trust issues or them not trusting their partner. They don't trust themselves. They don't trust that if you do something to hurt me, I'm going to have the strength to leave. That's what they don't trust. They don't trust that they're going to make the best decisions for them in this relationship. They don't trust that their feelings are going to be reciprocated. They just don't have that trust within themselves. So they're not going to trust you. So I feel like she dodged a bullet. And I hope she sees the stuff that's going on with him outside of the show and she realizes that she dodged a bullet. Okay? So Then it goes to then it goes to Devin and Virginia meeting each other, and their meeting was so sweet. It was just so sweet. Like, you could tell that they were attracted to each other physically. You could tell that them seeing each other deepen their connection. You can see that they really like each other. And I love that aside I love the fact that Devin did not just focus on Virginia's physical like a lot of the other guys did, but he started naming a lot of the things that he loved about her and the things that he thanked her for, and none of them had to do with surface level, superficial things. They were things that really matter when you're getting into a relationship with somebody. He thanked her for holding space for him. He thanked her for not judging him. He thanked her for allowing him to be vulnerable and stuff like that. They are important. Those things are important. And I'm glad that he didn't just focus on how beautiful she was. But I love that their meeting was really cute. So Daniel and Taylor meet, and their meeting also goes well. I think the only thing that Taylor mentioned that was that he wasn't as tall as she usually liked her guys. I just kind of feel like women, y'all just need to let that go. Let that height go. It's weird to be so fixated on height that it could completely turn you off from a person. Let that go. Y'all be missing opportunities for good things that could be good because you want him to be 6 feet tall. 6 feet tall niggas are trash a lot of the times because they know that they are wanted by everybody. A lot of times they're not even good people because they know that they're wanted. They're the preferred man. Let that struggle go, please. Let it go. These men are not all 6 feet tall. They're not. And they don't have to be for them to be good partners to you. That's what should matter, not how they look. Unless how a person looks matters to you. I'll say that. Because there is a large majority of y'all who really care about looks, and it really does affect how you feel about a person. I would much rather you not date somebody because they aren't 6 feet than you date somebody who isn't 6 feet and make them feel bad for not being 6 feet, if that makes sense. But Taylor and Daniel's meeting goes well. He seems to be really into her. I can't really say if I feel like Taylor is really into Daniel. And the whole time, she just didn't really seem into it. She says that she told him that he was handsome, and she says that she likes him and stuff like that. But she didn't seem sold to me. And her not seeming sold make her next actions make sense. So there's this like dramatic music playing. Taylor is introduced on the screen and she's talking about how she feels like Daniel knew exactly who she was the moment they started talking in the pods because he follows her on Instagram. And she put very specific things in her bio, like she likes tacos and she likes, I don't know, smoothies or something. It was really stupid and a waste of time. She was making it seem like this man, she dated this man before and he stalked her because he knew she was coming on the show. You literally going to try to make it seem like somebody following you on Instagram is problematic and that a person who only knows you from Instagram would know that you're you just from hearing your voice in a pause and talking to you about certain things. It don't make sense. Just say you were not physically attracted to him and move on, because that's what it is. This situation that she tried to make a situation really annoyed me, and I'm not about to talk about it too much because it's stupid. I was just as confused as Daniel was. Daniel did not know who that woman was. The stuff that she was saying to him to kind of make him out to be the bad guy did not make sense. It was stupid. It was pissing me off too. I'm like, Daniel, if you don't get up from that table and walk away, because I would have done that. I would have walked away from her because she's stupid. Let's be honest. You were not attracted to him. You didn't build a strong enough emotional connection with him in the pods to make up for the fact that you wasn't attracted to him physically. But it basically, the episode ends of her confronting him in person. He seems very confused and taken aback by what she's trying to suggest. And I felt the same way. Like, girl, what are you talking about? You're not popular on social media. That man did not know you. He did not know who you were. Stop trying to make it seem like he stalked you. What? Anyways, let me know what y'all think about episode 6 of Love is Blind. Do y'all feel like Alex is a sociopath like I think? Do y'all feel like he was trying to manipulate Madison and he wanted her to be bothered by what he was saying about Mason and how he was defending Mason? Do y'all feel like he was wrong for defending Mason? Because yes, I agree that Madison was really cold and calculated the way she handled that situation with Mason. And I don't think that it was messed up for Alex to even say that he understands where Mason is coming from. But when she said that her feelings were hurt because he's defending somebody that hurt her, he should have stopped right there and validated her feelings. But he didn't do it. And he kept repeating it. So that made me feel like he wanted to get under her skin. He didn't like that girl no way. As soon as she said she had avoidant attachment style, he didn't like her. But instead of being honest, they will stay in these situations so they can be on the show. And I ain't gonna lie, I can't even blame them because I'm pretty sure the producers be having a hand in that. But anyways, let me know what y'all think about this episode of Love is Blind season 8. Don't forget to like, comment, and subscribe, and I will see y'all in the next video. Bye. Before you go, check out my website at srgrahamwrites.org and subscribe to my mailing list to get exclusive updates on works in progress, other news, and blog posts. Thank you.